आज ही डाउटनेट ऐप डाउनलोड करें। डाउटनेट पर होगा अब आपके सभी मैथ्स, केमिस्ट्री, फिजिक्स और बायोलॉजी डाउट्स का सफाया। बस अपने क्वेश्चन की फोटो खींचो, उसे क्रॉप करो और तुरंत वीडियो सोल्यूशन पाओ। डाउनलोड नाउ।
Hello students, the question is which of the following is categorized as dynamic isomerism? Okay, so we need to tell out of all these four options which one is categorized as dynamic isomerism. Okay, so let's see. The first one is metamerism. So what is metamerism? Metamerism is nothing but it is the isomerism in which a function group is there and on the both sides of the function groups the alkyl chain is differentiating. Okay, so I mean if I give you the example of metamerism, you can take the example of diethyl ether, let's say. So it is like this: CH3, CH2, oxygen, CH2, CH3, right? Now here, this is a function group, ether, right? On either sides of this, the alkyl chain is having two carbons, right? But now, if I write the metamerism, isomer of this compound, then I can write it this way. It will become CH3, oxygen, CH2, CH2, CH3. Okay, so now the name of this compound will become what? This is a propyl group, this is a methyl group. So it will be methyl propyl ether, right? Methyl propyl ether. Now it was diethyl ether, it is methyl propyl ether. Now if you see on both the sides the carbon chain is changing. Here it has only one carbon, 1 and 3. Here 3 carbon atoms are there in the chain. Here 1 carbon atom is there in the chain, right? But here two carbon atoms are there. 2 carbon atoms were there in the chain on both the sides. So this is metamerism. And okay, they will not be in dynamic isomerism. Why? Because dynamic isomerism means that both those compounds should be interconvertible in each other. They should be in interconvertible into each other, right? That means they should be in dynamic equilibrium and they will be converting into each other one by one, right? Let's say if A is an isomer and B is an isomer, so they are interconvertible. A is converting into B and B is converting into A. There is a dynamic equilibrium between them. Alright, but here it will not be happening like this, okay, because for this complete bond has to be broken and complete bond has to be formed again. And I mean, we know that, right? These are metamerism, these are isomers, but they are not in dynamic equilibrium. They are not interconvertible into each other. Alright, and because they are not interconvertible into each other directly, that's why A is not the correct answer. Okay. Now next is geometrical isomerism. We know that geometrical isomerism is nothing but cis and trans isomerism, right? So if you see, let's say if I write a cis here, let's say CH3, H and H, okay, and this is a cis. And if I write the trans of it like this, CH3, CH3, H and H, this is a transform. This is our transform. Right, now this is cis and this is trans. So if you see in both these structures, they are not interconvertible into each other. And because they are not interconvertible into each other, that's why these two isomers, they cannot be our dynamic isomerism, because they're not in dynamic equilibrium. They're not converting into each other, and because they cannot be converted, because we know, and why they're not converting, because we know this is a double bond. Along the double bond, the rotations are restricted. This cannot be rotated, and I mean this one cannot be rotated, and they form this structure. Alright, because this double bond leads to the restriction to the rotation. That's why this bond cannot be rotated and CH3 cannot come here just to form this trans structure. That's why they're not interconvertible, and because they're not, that's why B is the incorrect answer. Okay. Now the tautomerism. Now we know that in tautomerism, two forms exist together, okay, in the dynamic equilibrium with each other, right? So again, our structure is like this: CH3, C double bond O, right, and CH2 and H here, right. This is we know that oxygen has lone pairs. It will attack on this hydrogen and this will go here. So what we will get? We will get this structure. We will get CH3, right, CH3, C, OH, double bond, CH2. And this is our enol form. This is our keto form. and this is our enol form. Okay, so here why I showed this arrow, because in the example of acetone that I have taken here, keto form is more stable. That's why the arrow is like this. The more percentage of keto is, that's why the arrow towards keto is longer than compared to the arrow towards the enol. Okay, so this is representing the dynamic equilibrium between them. That means a keto and enol form together, it can exist together, but because keto is more stable, that's why it is present in more percentage in comparison to enol. Alright, because there is a dynamic equilibrium and these two are interconvertible into each other, that's why your option C, tautomerism, is the right answer. Okay, and if you see coordinate isomerism, if in the example of coordinate isomerism, if I give you one example of coordinate isomerism is nothing but the coordination isomerism, which is present in the coordination compounds. So if I give you an example, let's say CONH3, let's say this CONH3 whole 5, okay, Cl and Br. Okay, and its isomer is, another isomer is this, CONH3 whole 5, Br and Cl outside of the coordination sphere, right? This is the coordination sphere, this is the ionization sphere, right? So these two are the isomers of, these two are the coordination isomers of each other. So what happens here in this coordination isomerism, what is happening? Cl is going outside and Br is coming inside. So they are having this coordination isomerism, but here if you see, they are not interconvertible into each other. They are not in dynamic equilibrium. It's not that if in the solution you take this, then this can be converted into this in the solution, or anything happens in acidic or in basic or any conditioned medium, what will happen, that this will be converted into this. This will not happen. These are not interconvertible into each other. Alright, because they are not interconvertible, they are not in dynamic equilibrium. D is the incorrect answer as well. So your correct answer is C, tautomerism. I hope you understood. Thank you so much.
क्लास 6 से 12 से लेके नीट IIT JEE मेंस और एडवांस के लेवल तक 10 मिलियन से ज़्यादा स्टूडेंट्स का भरोसा। आज ही डाउनलोड करें डाउटनेट ऐप या व्हाट्सएप कीजिए अपने डाउट्स 8400 400 400 पर।